Welcome back, everyone, to another night of board D and
Bort,
D.
Bort,
Board,
Bort.
board D and D. No, I've been playing a lot of. We've been doing a lot of Borderlands lately, so
Bort.
you'll have to forgive me on that. No, this is D and D, the world of Mundus, my homebrew campaign that we've been running for over 2 years now. Oh my gosh, guys, things are crazy. Uh, on an offset note, I have basically finished school today. So,
Ooh.
so things are gonna get even weirder with our schedule because I have flexibility and free time.
Oh no.
So, oh yes.
Yep.
For right now, nothing is changing, mainly because we don't know. And I'm going on vacation in like 3 weeks. So, when things change, we'll let everyone know. And we are. I'm still a little behind on the podcast streams. That will get changed. That will get fixed this weekend.
We only recently came up with titles.
This is true, which I forgot to mention. Where did those go? There they are. Yes. Rona, you were the only person who suggested names. I was basically using today as a deadline for it. Because, I mean, that was a week ago. Yeah, almost a week ago.
Something like that.
For you guys to have time to create names, that kind of a thing. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Rona, you can add 5. They're called hero points in Roll20, but think of them as you have 5 instances of a D6 of bardic inspiration. You can add that to any D20 roll until they're gone.
Okay, is there somewhere I could keep track of this on Beyond 20?
You would probably have to create a resource or something like that for that. I can mess with that a little bit later.
I'll mess with it. I got it.
Okay. For right now, I would write it down maybe on a piece of paper so that you don't forget. So,
Use a calculator.
There you go.
I've got my hours of working towards that scroll stored in the other section of notes.
There you go. You and I may need to talk about that on another day too, Vert, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. In the meantime, because we are ready to dive back into it, who wants to do the recap for this week? Because I know it's been a little while since we've played.
What did we do last time?
That's what I'm asking you.
I think we fought shit. And
I mean,
we moved, and Carden moved a table to block a doorway twice while we slept.
I mean, you
And then
guys
we
did
fought
that at
more
least.
shit. And then I moved the table again. The only thing I really remember is Valnar banished like the big boss.
Yeah, you double banished.
Yeah.
Banished everything. Yeah, the big boss was big.
Oh hell, where did it go?
Because I believe we fought a Death Knight.
You did fight one of those, yes.
I think
course,
that was
that
like
was-
2 sessions ago.
Yeah, 2 sessions.
Yeah, a little behind there, but yeah. Get some ambience going.
We need like one of those heavy metal choirs.
What? I...
That's awesome.
Let me know if I got too loud for you guys or anything like
Nope.
that. Okay. Change
You're
my.
still fairly quiet.
I do not know what is going on. Maybe it's just me being self-conscious of being in a new area. I don't know. Okay, we'll figure it out as we go.
Roll.
Fair.
Any
Found it.
There we go. He found his notes.
Okay.
No, not notes. I found how to add the hero points.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, I thought you were looking.
I can't
yeah,
I
so-
can't add it as a resource, but I can put it on here as a special sort of
Okay.
action, so as a reminder.
There you go. So does anybody wish to do the recap, or am I doing it this week?
If nobody's
Well-
going, oh,
Part of it I remember was after killing the I want to say 4 frost zombie giants
Sure, we'll go with that.
and 1
fire giant.
fire giant with shield. Yeah, because he steamrolled over me. Over a lot of us, I think. 3 of
Yeah,
us, at least.
I'm barely hanging on.
Yeah, we went back into the. Bruh!
What is that?
Oh! Did something. Hold on.
Something.
Really? I didn't notice.
Yep, we hear that.
So do I sound louder?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, well I'm not
Did
even...
you turn off voice noise suppression?
No, I turned up the gain on my manual mixer.
Okay, a little bit echoey, not
Okay.
little tinny, but it is not bad. Like I can hear you now. I'll take it.
Okay, I just turned it down like a smidge, so hopefully that's not too terribly bad, and I'll be keeping an eye out. But if you guys just let me know, either in the Discord, in
Yeah,
chat, if you guys are watching, or wherever, I'll try to make adjust as we go.
You're a lot more audible now.
Okay, cool.
If only we were sponsored by Audible.
Sponsorship. Dun dun dun.
Please
Hey, if you want to
sponsor.
give us money.
Heh.
Anyways,
funny enough, I got reached. Somebody, I did have a couple of sponsorship kind of like people reach out through my Streamlabs, but they were all like not. They were not products that I would be willing to use, so I basically said no.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't sponsor things you ain't gonna use in like daily day.
Exactly. Don't sponsor
What's
things
one
if
of
you
the-
guys don't think that it'd be worth sponsoring. There was
Was
another.
one of the Raid Shadow Legends.
I had an
Only,
old.
I'd shell out for raid.
I had an old message from them, but I don't think I had anything new. So anyway, somebody do the recap. I'm gonna grab my dice.
Sorry,
I'll be right back.
Okay, who put General Kenobi on the thing?
Okay.
Damn it, Archer!
It was probably her.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, guilty as charged. Anyway, we went back after fighting those things into the room where we put the table back in front of the door, rested, and then came down the stairs where there was a woman casting a spell here at the pentagram, which I do believe that Rona had said was not a correct pentagram since it wasn't upside down.
Yeah.
I did remember that somehow. I will say that. That's an interesting fact that it's like there in my head, like, yeah, I know that, but until you said it, it's like, huh, that's right. That's supposed to be upside down for evil symbols.
I bet it works. I'm sure from
Yeah,
her perspective, it was. I mean, she was standing over on this left
Yeah,
point
she was
here,
like,
so
yeah, right.
yeah. So for her, it was inverted.
Yeah. But to us, it's...
It's
Yeah.
not.
Anyways, so I heard all the dice. Oh, God.
Sorry,
And everyone
I said
dies.
I had to get my dice.
So we started to fight her. She called in the bone.
Bone claw
Bone
Thank
claw.
you,
from
bone
before.
claw. Who popped in and looked at me and was like, Shinigami.
It did do that.
That was good.
I'm good at doing the weirder voices. Ask me to do my Scooby-Doo sometime.
Zoinks, man!
Roinks!
Impressive.
Anyways, so we fought the Bone Claw, and apparently there was a lair action from the symbol here that caused, I want to say 2d6 zombies?
Skeletons.
It's actually 2d10, but yes.
Okay, yeah, that
There was a lot of
I knew it was
skeletons.
2d something. Couldn't remember the dice roll. So at first, I do believe Valinar banished the Bone Claw. Like he's like not dealing with that too,
Yep.
which passed, and then oh,
God dang it! That's not what I meant to do.
What did you do?
I
Us
killed
is dead.
myself.
Austin died.
Well,
new character time.
There,
Oh.
I lived myself again.
The necromancer put herself in this little earth wall thing here, and started trying to use it as a defensive place.
yeah.
But she forgot to put the wall back up, so my shadow was able to go.
Yeah. Effectively,
Also-
she chose DPS over protection and then paid for it.
Yeah.
The ultimate
Also,
ending,
I started attacking the pentagram, which slowed things down. I think it seemed. She didn't like it.
though. Oh, she certainly didn't like what Valinar did at the end.
Right, which was she called the bone call back by dispel magic, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Valinar's just like, yeah, no, fuck that.
Oh, you like it so
Banished
much?
higher level. Banished on a higher level, getting both of them. She tried to counterspell, but I countered her counterspell, which made it pass. And just before we ended, Valinar turned to us and said, guys, the banishment ended, but she's not here.
Uh-oh.
That is very accurate and
The
adept.
banishment ended early.
Mhm. Yes. So,
And now we had to find the source of corruption and cleanse this place.
correct. So, Rom, if you do not have a point of inspiration, go ahead and take one, and if you do, go ahead and add it to the group inspiration pool.
It's to me.
There you go.
Because I've had to use inspiration a few times the past few weeks.
Your rolls are like they are quite literally either only above a 15 or always below a 10.
And quite often I see those ones come up, and I'm just like,
Yep. So. Alright. So, with that, you guys have just completed the fight here within the first temple of On, and you guys...
I don't know why I'm over here. I think I was like over here.
Sure. I didn't move anyone, I don't think.
I must have moved something before we ended, and I don't remember it.
Yeah, maybe. You guys take a moment to kind of look around, lick your wounds, as Katya, I believe, is nearly dead. Well,
Yes.
unconscious, I guess. Most of her lifeblood is lying on the floor, and she needs that. Um,
I'm not unconscious. I'm fine. I'm just very low on health.
yeah. Oh, also, I should probably delete those
Yeah.
things.
Got a little
GM
bit of healing
layer.
from Valinar right there at the end.
They are gone.
That healing word there.
Yeah. So, you guys kind of take a moment and look around. The circle seems to be inert. The room seems to be cold and dark, with the necrotic energies still present within the temple, but not necessarily as powerful as they were before.
By the way, I reach into my bag of holding and hand you my last common healing potion.
Oh, right, I have healing potions on me. Why didn't I think about that? Keep it. I'll drink mine as soon as I find it.
I think you have a big one.
I have a supreme healing one. Yeah, here we go. Oh, did it do it?
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
I'll take that. Thank you.
So does this circle still look like it has any power left in it at all, or is it completely...
It is inert. It does not have any power
Okay.
remaining in it.
Much better.
Deanoch is going to look over it.
What are you attempting to discern from the circle?
Well, considering it was spawning skeletons, I want to take a look at it and see if I can reverse engineer it, make it, less corruptive, but still able to, summon things.
Go ahead.
Could be a good defense system for not just Hofkeen, but Laputa too.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Yeah.
What did I say about 15, huh?
Uh-huh. Not right on the nose there.
So, from what you can discern, this circle was not specifically summoning the skeletons themselves. It did make... Actually, hold on, let me see what languages do you know? Actually, real quick.
Common, Celestial, Draconic, and Infernal.
Okay, so you would know, the kind of going over the runic patterns, the way that the circle is kind of engraved and everything, that the circle itself was not designed to summon or produce the undead. This particular circle was an attempt to try and summon forth something infernal in nature. And you only get that because you got above a 15 and you speak infernal.
I met the DC.
Well, while we're all just standing around, Valinar wants to try and... I think the best way to describe it would just be kind of to send out bits of radiant energy to try and push back the necrotic. If that's possible.
I will say, make a... What would the equivalent of a holy man check be? Make a religion check, and because I like the idea of what you're trying to do, I'm going to allow you to use your wisdom score instead of your intelligence, because I'm pretty sure religion is intelligence based.
Yeah, religion is intelligence based. I think I'm trained in... Yeah, I'm trained in religion. Can I... That score will be the same as a medicine check. Can I just click on that to roll?
Sure.
Or... Okay.
For ease of access.
Yeah, 15.
It's like I'm infecting people. Sorry!
Okay. You can definitely tell with a 15 that even pushing forth this kind of radiant energy, that it does begin to affect the ground in some portions, but the infection, if you would, of this temple is so deeply rooted, you can tell that it is definitely going to require a much more powerful spell or divine magic in order to completely purify the temple itself.
Okay.
Deanoch
So-
will turn to Valinar. What are you... Ow! That kind of hurts a little bit.
Sorry.
What are
Seeing
you
if I could
trying to
cleanse it
do?
without. Seeing if I could cleanse out necrotic energy just by pulsing radiant.
Isn't that what
Kind of worked.
Isn't that something like... What was it? The paladin said... Bless?
Kind of.
Wouldn't it just be
I
easier
need to look
just
at
to
this.
use that instead of...
I don't think that's going to be strong enough. If anything, I'd probably need hollow or something like that.
As a reminder, I do believe that specific spell was mentioned to be performed for your guys's for part of your guys's quest, if possible, is what I believe was said. So
I don't know. Oh, huh. Maybe with a night's rest and a lot of time gathering herbs.
Herbs?
What exactly do you need?
What kind of herbs?
I need 1,000 gold piece worth of herbs, oils, and incense. And then another 24 hours.
That's a lot.
That is very
Yeah.
expensive.
And
Dean-
before Valinar tries this, would it be considered sacrilege to try and summon the power of Geisma in a Temple of On?
I think that would depend on the intent.
Okay. So, in that case, I'm going to attempt Divine Intervention.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you wanting to attempt to
To
have?
cleanse the temple.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay.
I very much doubt this will work.
Oh
Well,
no.
We'll find out. You need to roll under an 11, I believe, right?
What
Under
exactly
11.
are you cleansing it of?
All presence of On.
Because if you
No, I
go
was-
about this is an above game question. If you say of necromantic taint, would that include Deanoch? Considering,
We'll find out, won't we?
yeah, that's a scary question for me.
Deanoch, run.
I was
Dun, 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 dun,
I was
dun.
gonna say my request when I was gonna make it was gonna be cleanse this of everything that piece of shit mage did.
Mm.
You're gonna have to specify.
The answer is no.
Okay.
That's a
As you-
35.
As you offer up this prayer to your god, the root of this corruption seems so thick that the ability to reach out to your patron, your god, is very difficult, and unfortunately, there is no response to your prayer.
And maybe I shouldn't cuss in prayer.
You know you do that in real life too.
Remember, you're the healer? Question mark.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a healer.
So, if there's anything else you guys would like to, anything else you guys want to do? I mean, or are you
Deanoch
guys
will, after being slightly tingled by holy energy clashing with his necromantic energies, will come up here and try this door with his shadow trailing him.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna start checking out rooms too. So
Okay. The door is
over this way.
unlocked.
Okay, I open it and look in.
Okay. You open it. Can you make me a perception check as you're inside? And we'll come to you in a moment, Katya.
Okay.
6.
So far, I'm not wrong, guys.
If this was my normal dice, I'd be rolling decently.
So inside this room that you open up, Denock, you find a series of shelves that kind of line the walls, and just taking a very quick kind of glance over them, everything here seems to either be rotted or decayed, or the containment method has been broken due to the years of unuse.
You know what I should have done? Should have asked if I could get advantage because my assassin has perception +9.
Jeez.
Oh well.
Maybe. But unfortunately, you do not see anything in this room that would be beneficial or helpful.
I'm going to knock on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door. There's no response.
Okay, then I'm going to try and open it.
So you touch the door?
I touch the door.
Okay. You push the door open. Nothing seems to happen. Inside, you see a very similar scape that Denock had saw with the shelves and the containment methods and stuff. Go ahead and
smell.
Go ahead and make a perception check to see if you can find anything in this room that might be of use.
I could tell you by the smell, probably not, but 11.
Okay.
It's better than mine.
Mhm. Inside this room, you do find, like a couple of things of oil. Like they're small like canisters of oil that probably would have been used to either like wet a torch or or use in like a lantern.
Would it also be the same kind of oil that can be used, perhaps, in a cleansing ritual?
You are unsure, as Valonar did not specify what types of oils he needs.
Fair.
Just
I'll
said
bring it to him
oils.
and find out.
Okay.
Hey, Valonar.
Oh, go ahead, guys. Have the scene.
I found a couple canisters of oil. Is there any specific type of oil that you have to have for your ritual?
The answer is no.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't believe so. I'm gonna look in and I'm gonna make sure it's oil and not like water.
I'm pretty sure it's oil. It's definitely not water.
Oh, inside the containers? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is oil. It is stanky, but it is oil because it has been sitting for God knows how long.
Can I tell how much it's worth?
It would probably be worth the base kind of cost of a container of oil, which is not very much, I don't think.
Of course.
Oil flask. An oil flask. He has 3 containers of it. What is that? Hold on. Oh no, that's definitely not it. He has 3 containers of it, which works as 3 flask of oil for like equipment and stuff. So they are worth 1 silver piece each.
Well, we just need another 2,997 of these. If I'm doing my math right, which I'm probably not.
No, because there's 10 silver and a gold piece. You don't even have
it'd
one
be closer
gold.
to like 9,000 something.
I don't think there's enough oil in this place, Valonar.
Yeah, unless there's like
I will
another
say
floor that's nothing but oil.
there are also 2 more rooms to the south of the room that you guys are currently in.
I'll go to one of them.
Okay. Valonar,
I'll
you're
go to
gonna
the other.
We could let the other guys do things like Asta and Carden.
The shadow will go down and assist you, Katya.
Thank
Okay.
you.
While
Valor.
Denoc just keeps looking at this symbol,
Okay.
trying to figure things out. But
What were you saying, Blind?
Carden is actually going to try and do like shoot up like a prayer to On, being like, "Is this what do we have to do to fully cleanse this place?"
So you're going to spend a little bit of time in prayer?
Yeah. In the circle, by the way, because it's Carden.
Oh, okay. You know what? Just for the sake of this, Carden, go ahead and make a religion check for me.
Okay.
Valinar and Katya, as you guys head to the other room, as you guys head to these southern rooms, go ahead and make perception checks for me.
Do I
Valinar,
get a bonus?
you would have advantage, Katya. Valinar, I'm assuming you're using the light cantrip in
I'm
order
using
to
my
see.
light thing, yeah.
Or yeah, you have a drift globe. So.
17.
Hey, I'll take a nat 20.
Natural 20
Nine.
and a 17.
don't even need my help. But okay.
And a 9 from Carden. Carden, you feel pretty happy for one of your first times giving prayer to On. And I'm just gonna kind of go in order of the roles here. Valinar, this particular room, while it does have these shelves and different kinds of vials and stuff in this room, as well as it did in the previous two rooms that you guys have looked at, this room also has at the kind of like at the back of the room not necessarily a small, but I mean, it would be like the size of a portable toolbox, like one of those heftier size toolboxes that construction workers might carry around. That, but in like a lockbox with a lock on it.
I'm gonna go up and take a look and see if it's actually locked.
Okay, it is actually locked, but due to the age and the fact that the material is made out of wood, when you pull on the lock to like pull on it to see if it's actually locked, you rip the lock and the mechanism that's attached to the wood just clean out of the wood.
Ew, rotten.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is so dry rotted. I rolled for this the other day, and I rolled like a 1 for dry rot, and I was like, oh, that's fantastic.
Oh.
So the entire chest, just like the whole front part of the chest where the screws and stuff were kind of like attached, or I guess it would be nails, or kind of like attached, just pulls out. Valinar, you're not a super strong individual, but you are stronger than
Either the squishies.
90% of your party.
Yeah.
I think it goes Carden, Valinar. But yeah. So you do that and you flip it open. And inside you find 2 minor healing potions.
Ooh.
And surprisingly, some relatively untouched incense, meaning they weren't largely affected by the corruption that had been festering, but not completely untouched. You would gauge that you probably have about 250 gold pieces worth of incense within this small chest, due to the fact of the value of what they would be using. But that would be what you would find of value in this particular room. Katya with a natural 20. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I can wait. I just have 4 sticks and 2 blocks of incense. I just don't know how much they're worth. I can probably look that up though.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, just see what they're worth. Blocked, and I believe they would come up as blocks of incense, so you might be able to find it from there. Katya, as you open this door, and you immediately catch sight of a much larger. This looks like a proper treasure chest inside the back of this room. It kind of has like a tarp kind of loosely thrown over it, but it has like since like half fallen off, and like the other half is like decayed through through like maybe moths eating at it, as well as just the general nature of the corruption within the temple. And you can clearly tell that this is a relatively heavy-duty chest sitting at the back, as you ignore literally everything else in the room and eye the thing of value.
Nothing else is important other than that chest right there.
And you would know as a quick glance, because of your natural 20, that seems to be the only thing of interest or importance in this room.
All right. Is there a lock on it?
There is.
Of course.
And unlike the toolbox that Belinar found, this lock is built into the chest.
Okay. I'm gonna look behind me, back out into the chamber, to see if anybody notices, and then I'm going to attempt to pick the lock myself.
Okay. Are you proficient in thieves' tools?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have thieves' tools?
Nope.
Cool. Roll a dexterity check.
Dexterity.
By the way, my shadow is looking at you.
Oh no! You can tell I picked a lot of locks in my day.
Okay, I'm sorry. This has to happen like this. The shadow sees you fail and just
Pushes me out of the way.
it starts just slow clapping.
It does, but it doesn't make a sound because it's not technically corporeal, because it's shadows.
I see it doing this. I'm like, you
I
think
know,
you
I
can
know.
do better? Show me.
Hold on. I have a question for you. Do you have a dagger in your inventory?
Actually, I do.
You do not anymore.
All right.
And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
where'd
roll.
I put it?
I'm gonna
There it
roll
is.
something else real quick. Oh, that's cocked. Oh no.
That's who is.
Oh wait, that's
quantity?
actually good. That's actually good.
Or is that? Oh, I actually have two of them. Okay, cool. That's fine.
Okay. Well, one of them is gone now.
I did not mean to do that. Sorry.
Nope, you're good.
Oh well.
Mhm.
Didn't
So
wanna get rid of
I will
both
say,
of them. Damn it.
So since Katya offered the shadow, since it was ordered to assist you, we'll
Oh,
attempt.
that's the cost. Oh, okay. No, I don't have a dagger anymore. It's gone.
okay. I will say, because of the natural 1, I had to roll severity to see if he damaged the lock in any way. I rolled a natural 20, so if by sheer luck you do not damage the lock. So my next question for you, Denoc, as your shadow assassin steps up to the plate to attempt to do this, is he proficient in thieves' tools? And if he does he have a set? Which I would assume no.
Nope to no.
No to no? Okay, then a simple dexterity check for me, please. 13. Don't forget to call out rolls. 13. He I'm assuming Katya gives him his other dagger, as his shadow dagger or blade or whatever would be incorporeal and would not trip the tumblers. The shadow assassin is unable to find the right tumblers with the dagger at hand in order to pick the lock on the chest.
We might have to call in a professional.
That's all you hear from it.
What a weird sound. Asta!
She's in the middle of the pentagram for some reason. Stop trying to make pentagram angels.
Asta, we need your expertise. In the back corner of the room.
Okay, so you're gonna attempt to get Asta to picked the lock. So I
found
know
a chest, but I need you to open it.
Okay.
Is there something
I
wrong with
guess
you,
I
Asta?
can do that for you.
Are you sick or something from this atmosphere? Because you sound off.
It's the level.
Asa's in the bathroom. Give me a moment.
Well, that 24 is a lot better than my nat 1.
Mhm.
24.
Asta, as you walk up and look at the lock, and you're like, "Oh no, they messed with it. Hopefully this isn't." Oh, nice. And flip it right open.
What's in there?
We'll get to that in a moment. I will say, because I want to, if I would have rolled under a 15 on that severity, the DC of the lock would have gone up by 5. Under 10, it would have gone up by 10.
Oh.
And like a natural 1 or 2 would have made it go up to even
Impossible.
more, pretty much, because that would have been over 30, because the DC as it stood was a 20.
Oh,
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, but that's because this was a very heavily made and well made chest. And as you look inside, you understand why. First off, Katya, you would recognize one of these as you just drank one a little bit ago. You see one superior healing potion inside.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna pocket that.
And you see a variety of different clerical items that roughly make up of herbs, incense, different types of oils, that roughly translate to about 1,000 gold pieces.
Hey!
Or sorry, hold on, not 1,000. I think I said that wrong. Yeah, because 1,000 is that. It's 500. 500 gold pieces. No, I was thinking the spell was 2,000 gold pieces for some reason in my head. I misspoke, and I had to check my notes. So it's 500 gold pieces roughly. You also see a flask of holy water. And a pouch of I guess these would technically be considered pre-war coins.
Oh, wow.
They are made of gold. But due to time, you're unsure if they are completely worth the gold value that you are familiar with, as they are different. They're minted differently, they're shaped a little differently, and they weigh a little bit more.
Might be nice to collect them, maybe not so much to actually use them.
So, to put this into perspective for you, so that you can document this, each of the gold piece, the pre-war gold pieces, are actually worth modern day 2 gold pieces.
Okay.
And of the coins, the sheer number of coins that you have here, you have about 1,500 gold coins.
1,500 gold. Is that the translation in the pouch, or is that?
That is the number of coins in the pouch.
Holy crap!
so that's about 3,000 modern.
Yeah.
Correct. And
This
it
is
is
a big chest.
and it is heavy.
Yeah, gonna need the bag of holding for that one.
That single bag weighs 30 pounds.
I can't even lift it out of the chest then.
Oh,
Wait, what? You're that weak?
no,
With a strength score of 8 being below average.
you can lift 120 pounds.
Oh, really?
That's your carrying capacity.
That's my carrying capacity.
Yeah, technically to push, lift, pull, It's actually 240, but that's assuming that you're not pushing, pulling, or carrying something great distances. This is more of like just trying to rearrange the location of it. So like
Basically, a simple Zelda puzzle.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is a big bag of gold.
Indeed. Is that everything that's in the chest?
It is.
Okay. Well, with Asta's help, maybe we can just move the whole chest out to the lobby. But I'm definitely going to put that healing potion in my pocket.
Okay.
Does Asta react to that? Is the question.
Also, you see Katya put a big potion of red liquid you would know to be a healing potion into his pocket.
Didn't he already spend like a great deal of time creating a big boy healing potion?
It's the
Yes,
exact same
and I
size.
Yep.
just drink it.
And he did just drink it.
Didn't want to share with the rest of us, eh?
You all have all sorts of healing potions. Besides, even if I carry it,
I don't have shit.
even if I carry it around, it does not mean that I can't give it to somebody else in need.
I'll hold you to that.
Yeah. If somebody else needs it, and like they're dying, I will gladly hand it over. As for the rest of the stuff, we should probably just drag this chest or carry it out into the lobby area for everybody to see. There's a lot of gold in here.
Or you could just let Asta pick up the bag and carry it out.
But there's also all the clerical stuff too.
Yeah, the chest itself is pretty heavy.
Yeah. With the two of us, we should be able to move it.
I'd allow it.
I mean, you've also got the shadow if you ordered him to assist you.
You ordered him to assist me. So
Yeah. So
Might
if you
help.
say, hey, help, he'll help.
I think between the three of us, we should be able to move it.
Yeah, you guys.
I'm sure we can.
You guys.
Also, why is Carter now in the middle of the pentagram?
I'm just watching him making pentagram angels in the middle of it, and I'm just like,
He's praying to On.
This is true.
Maybe he's trying to.
in the
send me-
middle of a... Okay, I'm just standing here like, uh-huh.
And like I
You
said,
sure that's
guys
where you wanna
drag
be
the
for that?
chest out.
Hey, we found something of use.
What? Why is it Trask's
What is
holy
happening?
shell? What the fuck?
I'm assuming Asta moved the chest with me, and I did just walk off.
Sure.
Yes. I need my. For God's sake, let me move myself.
Are you on the right
There we go.
tool?
Hush.
Okay.
I'm gonna take
so-
that as a no.
She said hush.
Okay,
Anyway.
so far in this chest, we found a whole bunch of herbs, incense, and oils that Valinar can use.
Oh yeah.
Determinate value. You figure it out. There's also this ridiculously heavy pouch of gold pieces, but they're not like our gold pieces. They're before the rise.
Let me see those. Oh, we've got collector's items.
And there's a lot of them.
This would, how much did Uncle say these were? I think these go for like 2 of ours anymore.
And by an estimate, I didn't stop to count them all, but based on the size of the bag and the size of each coin, roughly 1,500 coins.
Bruh.
So we can add that to our party pot.
I don't think the bag of holding's gonna hold that.
At your current point, it's pretty full.
Yeah, no.
If you dump some of your extra skeleton parts, we might be able to. When
I
do we
look
get
at my bag. I look at Cardin.
When do we get to invest in a bank?
I turn to look at you now. I'm like, where's a bank around here, bud?
I don't know. This is
I
the
think we are the
surface.
bank.
At this point, we pretty much are. We might need a bigger bag of holding. Or another one.
I like the idea
Hold
of
on.
trying to upgrade a bag of holding. That sounds like fun.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm listening.
What if we become the inter-island bank?
Oh.
In charge
mean, like,
of
with-
overseeing commerce and trade among all the islands.
You mean using the Lapita as a mobile bank?
Perchance.
Not just the bank, but also a trading hall.
Ideas for
Maybe
the
not
future,
a bank, because
perhaps.
then how would people get their money out? We're always moving.
Well-
Teleportation circles.
Precisely.
Fair.
We'll just
I know
scatter
that
ATMs
spell.
everywhere.
What?
I said we'll just scatter ATMs everywhere.
Cardin's spirit infected Katya not Katya, but Asta for
Asta.
just a second.
Automatic telling.
What?
What's the M stand for?
Marketing
Machine.
machine.
Oh, no. We've got enough of
Marketing?
those. Marketing.
Oh my
As a
God.
player, theoretically, back to the bag of holding, couldn't you use the spell enlarge reduce to increase the size of your bag of holding?
I mean, then you've got to keep it going.
Fair.
At least, if I remember right, enlarge reduces a concentration.
Correct. For 1
It
minute.
is.
Unless you enchanted the bag of holding with it.
If we had an artificer, I would say maybe.
So, real quick, this comes into some of the rules that I'm bringing on board.
Right, you were doing that. I
Mhm.
forgot.
Yes. So, to be clear, I have worked tirelessly. No, I've worked very hard on a system for enchanting / crafting. The way that it works.
All right.
So for this, with this, anyone can craft / enchant, but there are specific rules and DCs that you would have to meet. There's specific like gold costs that you might need, time required. There's material that you might need, and it's not just like I want to do this one particular thing, and because if you tell me I want to enchant the bag of holding with the enlarge reduce spell, and I'm going to ask you, okay, how do you want to do that? And you're going to tell me how you want to do that, and based off of what you say, I'm going to give you, okay, well then you have a couple of options. Let's figure out what you might know. And I'm going to give you a skill check to make, and we'll continue to build from that. I have a system. We're putting it into place. I think I have everything covered mostly at this point in time in terms of what you guys could think of. And depending on how you guys wish to enchant something, depends on what skill I ask you to use. And any of those skills on your skill list are a viable option, as long as you can RP it.
Well, actually, then, I want to test something.
Stealth might
In
not
the
be
morning.
one. Thinking about it.
Most skills are viable. Then
Yes.
Animal handling. I want to craft a cat.
That's called Find Familiar. That is a spell. Motherfucker, get it.
honestly, I need that. I think.
Oh,
No, I
Find
don't need that
Familiar is an
spell. I just
amazing
need to
spell.
magically explode and get my my earth elemental back.
I've been
Okay,
considering getting that spell as an option of dark vision because I think you can get an owl with it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I have a question. I have a quick question. Did you use Tides of Chaos in the fight?
Ooh, let me see here.
I think you did.
Actions.
He did, and you never gave it back.
Well, yeah, he did. He did give it back
Hmm.
because it's not checked on here.
Okay. If you say so, I trust you. Because otherwise,
No,
I was gonna make.
Now I couldn't tell you what the effect was, but there were a couple effects that I was like, oh yes and yes. One of them was a magic missile.
Like I said,
What was the second
I
one?
trust you.
Firebolt.
There you go. I trust you to keep track
As
of
a
all of that
bonus,
stuff.
yeah.
As long as you are truthful about it, I'll take your word on it.
I mean, I check it. I check the box when I use it, and when you give it back, I uncheck it, or when I take a rest and whatnot.
All right. Otherwise, I mean, I was just asking because otherwise I was gonna have you go boom as you said. As you say, I just need to magically go boom and. So.
Whoops.
All right. So, you guys go ahead and continue your RP session here.
Anyways, I can make teleport circles, cross different areas, have Laputa as sort of a mobile platform to where the teleportation circles come and go. Laputa itself can be a trading hub, and we can also hold the money there too.
And if all
And
else
people-
fails, we can always expand.
An idea for a later date when we actually get Laputa back, I believe.
If at this rate, the rate we're going,
You're not wrong.
but Valinar, do you have enough resources now to perform your ritual?
Close. If I'm doing math correctly, I'm short 250 gold pieces.
Can't we just throw some gold pieces on the pile and call it a day?
I wish. That would be so much simpler.
Or maybe we can melt some of the gold down and dip your incense in it, so now it's gold dipped incense and it's worth more.
I don't know if that'll work or not. Part of me screams that's sacrilege.
I don't know.
Or you can go outside and help find. Do you think the herbs would be around here, considering we found some in the chests here?
No. Have you remember the dead forest we
go
walked
ahead.
through getting here, correct? There's no way we're going to find any living herbs out there.
You'd be surprised. There's some pretty
we're
hardy
what,
plants.
We're what, a day away from the... That'd take too long.
I mean, we've slowed/stopped the corruption for now. We just had to cleanse it, so if we have to venture out to find herbs, we can. I would recommend bringing Asta with us for the searching party. We would have to split up, though, because in case the necromancer comes back, we should have somebody here on... 1 or 2 people here on guard.
Oh, so when I split the party, it's just the end of the world.
When you split the party, you run off by yourself.
You also do have the rest of the temple that you could explore and potentially find
Yeah, let's
resources.
take a look through the temple before we go
Yeah.
split the party.
Let's I mean,
Right.
Yeah, that's probably.
Let's
good.
go.
we pretty much checked
Party and then
every.
finds like a huge dragon or something.
I mean, we pretty
Is
much
there-
checked. We pretty much
Is there a
checked
little
everything
area
around
below
here.
the stairs? Oh, sorry.
Ah!
I was thinking like a little cupboard or something.
Okay. You guys go upstairs.
Are you going to
I was-
answer Bert's question?
Oh, I didn't hear him.
I was asking if there was like a little room or a cubby under the stairs that anything is kept.
No, not really. I mean, like,
Okay.
It's just a weird corner area of the stairs.
pretty much.
Okay. Well,
Man,
time to start looking.
loading.
Yeah, it takes a minute.
Did we ever look in these coffins that the Death Knight and his skeleton were in?
You guys didn't. Do
I feel like
anything
we
in that
did.
Room, I don't think.
I think I started to.
I know
we
you
ended
looked
up
at the
moving on.
table.
You guys did because you guys looked inside the coffins, and I think Valinar grabbed like a total of like 4 gold pieces from that.
Yeah, there
room.
wasn't much.
Oh. Oh, did we check this room all the way over here for stuff?
Hold on one second. Let me zoom out. Where?
Back at the start.
You did.
We did.
Okay.
I think we've searched this floor.
There was a grate.
The one exception I think would be this room here. Like
We opened up all the coffins.
you did, but you didn't like search.
That is true.
You know, I
We
mean,
opened them up,
Unless-
battled, and moved on.
yeah, and you have the big grate down there. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom
You're
out
gonna
for
make us
chat.
go down there. Oh my word.
I'm just saying there is the option of going down there. You could also go down each of these individual grates over here if you so desired.
Question about Shad. Yep, nope. I'm calling in the amorphous bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He can go down
Okay.
as a shadow
Okay.
and not fall.
Mm-hmm. And so what are you sending him down?
Yes.
I want him to show him the incense, herbs, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
One mission is to look for those.
Okay.
Another is to explore the area otherwise and report back on whatever's down there.
Okay. Well, first off, these 4 things here have nothing in them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some soot, but I don't think that's going to be of value for Valinar.
Unless there's something specific for demon soot, I don't think so.
I don't believe there is. And I'm gonna just real quick move all of y'all over here.
Woo!
And
Whoa.
and just for the sake of the view of chat, so they don't have to look at itty bitty tiny people. So, and so you send your shadow assassin down there. Go ahead and make. He has dark vision, right? I assume he does.
If he doesn't, I'm just sad. Dark vision 60 feet. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead
Passive
and,
perception 19.
okay. Well, he's actively looking, so go ahead and make a active perception check for me for him.
Yep, I need to figure out. There we go. That is 19.
Oops. Hold on one second here. Okay. So the first thing is obviously the larger bones that you guys had seen from above. However, there is a very strange kind of texture to part of the wall down there. He Hold on 1 second.
Trying to figure out how he would convey that.
No, I feel like my dog's eating something, and he's not. He shouldn't be.
Give us a second, folks. We're gonna have a IRL moment.
Yeah, I need to find out what he's eating, because he's not supposed to be eating anything right now, I don't think. So, BRB, talk amongst yourselves, and do a little bit of RP while I'm gone.
While the shadow is searching.
Yeah.
So this can be where we talk about
The bank plans?
well, I was more thinking the bag of holding idea you had.
Oh, yes.
One thing I think I could do, I do have the spell Enlarge Reduce.
Oh,
If I can figure out how to just separate Enlarge from Reduce and feel the effects of it on the bag, I might be able to reverse engineer that and just make it so that it's not a spell and just now part of the bag.
well, if I had to do it, I would just feel.
We don't
the
know
magic.
what you would become.
Well, yeah, that too. But if I were to do something like that, I'd be the way that I cast spells. I just envision it happening. It's not really any kind of a study or in-depth thing. It's more like I feel it. So if I were going to cast Enlarge Reduce on a bag of holding, I would just envision it growing larger on the inside, expanding the space around it. Perhaps you can infuse the magical energy with the fibers themselves.
But to do that, my magic is more clinical and mathematical in nature.
Right.
And above game, since I don't know shit about math, that makes it very hard for me to figure out what's 2 plus 2.
I'm seeing like physics
19?
equations running through Dinok's brain. He's like calculating the space of the universe on the inside
Why
of the
not just
bag.
envision it? Why not just envision it like computer code? Like you're just altering
The
the code
Matrix?
with a new spell.
What's
Yeah.
a computor?
Hell if I know, I say random words.
Oh, like Carden. Right, because you both have that
Yeah.
spirit thing.
It's a thing. It's just I make more sense to know some of these words.
Oh, sorry, you
That
playing
you
with that
do.
chest again?
Oh, sorry,
Okay,
that
what?
I still have this broken lock.
Oh, fair.
So.
Oh,
your-
jeez.
Your shadow assassin
Poison
basically conveys that there is a strange substance on one of the walls down within this grate. He is unsure of what it is and is not 100% sure if it would be useful for your guys' endeavors.
Huh. As he comes up and comes back to stand next to me, does he have a weird smell on him?
He smells like
No.
darkness.
No, just out of curiosity, very much doubting it will work. Valnar's gonna try to mind link with the Shadow Assassin.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh
What-
no.
Considering he's technically an undead shadow,
What's his
I mean,
intelligence?
it's just telepathically to a creature you can see with
it is
110
13.
feet.
I would
His
say
int is
yeah.
13.
I would say yeah. You would feel the connection establish.
And I'll
Would
ask,
I,
can you
feel, would
say
I
anything?
sense that? Since my magic is connected to him.
I would say
Whoa.
yes.
This
Because
is a
you're
literal mindfuck.
I would say yes
Yeah.
because you actually are able to mentally command your servants. So yes, you would feel like another presence in your brain, faintly.
With how Valinar and Cardin have done this before, it would probably feel familiar, right? But just
it
different.
does. Yeah, it feels familiar but different, like less of a presence, and you would
Meanwhile,
not
for Valinor,
hear.
he can hear every one of your thoughts.
Yeah. And you would not hear what Valinar says to the assassin, and Valinar, you would be completely unaware of the connection, the subtle connection to Denoch. Basically, Denoch would just know that there's a connection there, but he's not sure to what capacity.
And considering you didn't make any, obvious gestures, I don't think.
Yeah.
Denoch is just going to all of a sudden have Mind Sliver switching between Mind Sliver and Firebolt, just getting ready for a fight all of a sudden. He's looking around.
He's got his hands like in like the pistol formation, and between the finger and thumb, there's just two different colors of magic sparking between them. Anyway, you
Guys,
want to?
we have someone here. Something's just trying to connect to my shadow.
What? Wait, what? That was me.
What?
I was seeing if I could communicate with it through the whole mind thing.
Huh, I felt it.
This hurts.
Oh. Okay.
My power, part of it, part of creating these things, they are linked to my mind.
Okay.
So what
Does it feel
you
funny?
did... Very! It's... Okay, you know how Cardin and Valinar have done this to us, right? You know how it feels?
Right.
Now take that and make it distant.
Like you're in a dream.
A dream within a dream?
I don't know about that. I just know, like you're in a dream and somebody's trying to talk to you, but you can't quite make out what they're saying.
Yeah?
Ow.
1d4 psychic damage. This makes my head hurt.
Careful, that might down him.
I mean, let's look at
I
what
drink
his,
a big potion. I'm fine.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
he got 48. He's good for a 1d4.
I'm
Well,
good
in that
until the
case-
next melee creature comes in range and kills me.
Or you try and stab something.
So, Valinar, now that
Yes.
clerical error has been cleared up,
Weapons!
you're gonna attempt to communicate with the Shadow Assassin.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you tell it?
First thing I do is I ask, can you speak to me like this?
Okay. I'm pretty sure.
You hear screaming in your brain.
Understands the languages it knew in life but can't speak.
Okay, that's what I had thought.
Can it think though?
So,
But
What-
I was gonna say, as an action, I give it the ability to speak telepathically.
So because I don't want to, I want to make this a little bit more interpretive due to the fact that it can't technically speak.
Okay.
You are going to basically get images. So basically,
Oh, okay.
you receive a mental image of the Shadow Assassin, like nodding its head, but the head physically does not move.
Okay.
So mentally,
Then
you
I-
understand that it nodded yes, but nobody saw it move its head.
Ow.
Valor kind of has this look of bafflement on his face for a second.
It's just
Then it's
getting
kinda-
worse and worse.
Okay. then I telepathically go to him. Okay, can you maybe think about what that looked like down there?
Okay. There's basically an image of the part of the cylinder wall that has like a gray, almost like furry like coat that kind of comes up about probably about 6 to 8 feet up the side of this part of this cylinder wall. That's what you would see.
It's furry. Oh god.
Okay, and then I will say that out loud to them. It's gray, furry. I have no idea what the hell it is.
Huh.
That was the weirdest experience.
I'll say.
Considering this thing's just living shadow that I willed into existence, I'd say that's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't good. It's just weird. I saw through its eyes.
Yeah, it very much
Oh.
And
did.
when I asked
It
it
very
to
much
respond,
did
I
look
saw
like
it shake its head.
Huh, it didn't move.
And it kind of did look like a first-person point of view image that kind of popped into your head, almost as if you were seeing through its eyes.
Whoa.
That's kind of what I assumed it was.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sorry.
We did we figure out how far down this pit is? I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'm just gonna say it's 30
Rona?
feet.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember if anybody.
It's deep?
Yeah, if anybody's gonna correct me on that, they can correct me on it. But I'm gonna say it's 30 feet.
Let me
Okay.
see here.
Let's see. How do we get this grate moved so we
80
can
foot.
get down there?
80 feet.
Oh, 80 feet. Thank you.
Yep.
That was close.
To the bottom, where to the top of the bones. Because Cardin dropped a torch down there.
So it would have illuminated the bottom of it. But yeah,
Mhm.
I'm just
80
gonna.
feet.
Yeah, 80 feet is what I'll go with.
I didn't think I actually wrote it down.
Apparently you did.
Kind of wish you didn't, because now we gotta.
Well, we should have plenty of rope.
Hey, one time, very first episode, guys. Thought we were long past that.
I have 100 feet of rope. Let's go down, boys.
Well, first we gotta get rid of the grate.
Well, is there a latch?
Cardin is going to try and move the grate.
This ought to be good.
All right, you're gonna try and just lift.
I'm going to try and does it look like it has to be lifted, or does it feel like it can be pulled?
It
Lifted a little bit and then shoved over.
no, it looked to be on a hinge.
Okay, Cardin's going to try and lift it.
Sure.
Off,
Go ahead.
Preferably opposite the hinge.
the opposite of the hinge.
Yeah. Go ahead and make.
Cardin does know how to open a door.
Right. Well, go ahead and make a strength.
Are you
check
sure about
for me.
that?
Oh, that's a save.
That's all right. Go ahead and re-roll.
Ooh, that is bad.
Oh
I got excited for a moment.
Oh my.
But a 9.
no! I want the save.
Sorry. With a 9, you kind of grab hold and it kind of cling. It does seem to be latched, and still has some integrity to the metal itself. Excuse me. Looking around, Cardin, you have a pretty high passive perception. You do see kind of like a small lock on one side where the main lift part is.
Another
Having
lock.
trouble there, Cardin?
It looks like there's a lock.
How strong does the lock look?
Strong. I couldn't just tear it off.
Well, we could either pick it, or you can get your giant maul out and smash it.
Or, does it look like I could melt the lock?
With what?
a cast of fireball, but not fireballing it, using the heat in my hand to melt the lock.
Or
Um,
acid.
Theoretically,
I
that
already
would,
used that, and I have to wait until.
theoretically that would be possible, but you would imagine that Asta could
Take
pick
a
it.
while.
Asta could pick it much faster than you could cause it to melt.
I know, it
I'm
just
a
feels like
pro.
we're using her lockpicking a lot.
Well, what happens when you want to open doors that are locked?
I know, I just kind of want to have fun with magic opening things.
Oh, dude, I don't blame you.
Doesn't Valinor have that ability?
What?
Or-
I mean, I could probably blow up the lock, but that might cause
Well, you
more
don't have
damage.
War Crime? You don't have War Crimes to spell?
Oh, I remember. we didn't use any kind of unlock spell to open that magic lock way back when. It was actually
In the
that
tower?
dispel magic mixed
Yeah,
with
that was-
Cardin.
Yeah.
Or John. Okay, we still had John at that point.
Oh,
You guys
Lord.
had just met John at that point.
I
Um,
miss
miss John.
I think you also have, what's that spell called? Milf's Acid Arrow or something like that.
I just have plain Acid Arrow.
Did you say MILF?
Yeah, that's what I
maybe.
heard too.
Yep.
Maybe.
Was that a Freudian slip there?
I can just cast Acid Arrow. I was wanting to melt the lock with Fireball.
I mean, here's the thing: one casting of your acid arrow would get through it immediately, or you could attempt to hold the fireball / firebolt in your hand, and it would take a little bit of time to melt the thing, but it would effectively do it too. But it would take a little bit longer than the acid or the lockpick.
I cast Acid Arrow.
Yeah. So you drip the acid onto the lock, and it just and falls off. With Cardin's strength, he can very easily just. Ooh, I punched my mic. I'm so sorry. And
that was a cool like boom.
That was a cool sound.
That was perfect.
And it was right at the same time that Archer posted something in our chat. So it was an interesting noise.
yeah, I'll have to go back and look at it later. That's really cool. But yes, you throw the gate open, it lands, and the gate, you are able to descend.
Before we go down, Valinor wants to cast like light on a rock or a piece of rubble and just drop it in. Just
I'll
so
be
there's
right
light at
back.
the bottom.
Question: how much can that spell light up?
I think it's only 30 feet, but it will at least light up the bottom.
I
More
know,
than
but
that, I believe.
I hold up my rope. Can you just cast it on the rope?
Yeah.
Probably. I cast light on the rope.
Okay. The entirety of the rope begins to illuminate in bright light.
It's a little harsh on the eyes, but hey. Cool. Now we can see all the way down.
Also, guys, can we like tie the rope to something?
I mean, I haven't even started. I was going to tie it over there on the hatch.
Yeah, that'll work.
So I tie it around the hinge.
Okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me for not tying.
I'm going to like
Thank
aid
you.
him in this.
You're gonna aid him. Okay, make it with advantage then, Denock.
I was about to say, I'm gonna need a little help here.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Weenie
I'll take that 21.
All right. You tie the knot. Good to know. Yeah. So, who wants to descend first?
Have fun, Garden.
Push.
First, Hardin will grab the rope
Mhm.
and sort of like
Spider-Man
clamber
Spider.
down.
Yeah, Spider-Man his way down. Okay.
I thought you were gonna say slide down. I'm gonna be like, ooh, rope burn time.
Well, what Cardin was going to do is he's going to like take the rope and like swing into the hole almost.
What
Nah,
did I
he
miss?
just spider pigs it.
But he's going
They
to
cast
take it
light on a rope and they threw it down a hole.
Ah, okay.
That's basically it. Now Cardin's
Exciting.
descending it like Spider Pig. So, Cardin, as
I
you
need
get
to make sure athletics or anything.
nope, you have a rope. It's easy enough to do.
He's wearing metal gauntlets, so I don't think he has to worry about rope burn.
True.
As you get to the bottom, you pretty much immediately see what Valinar was referring to. It is not. First off, because of the glowing rope, you notice it is not a gray, fuzzy type of wall. It is, in fact, a type of moss that is growing very thickly on the wall here. And because of your background, would you give me either no, I'm gonna make it a. Will you give me a nature check with advantage? Did you hear that?
Okay, I'm giving the nature tech. Okay.
Yes, you're the only one down the hole at the moment.
Who is he?
13. That
13?
tracks.
You would know, Cardin, that this is not a type of moss that you are familiar with.
Genock's gonna start
What
coming
type
down the
of
rope
moss
next.
is it?
Say that again, Cardin.
What type of moss?
You don't know. That's what I just
Okay.
said.
I thought you said I was familiar with it.
No, you are not familiar with. You're not
Okay.
sure. Yeah, you are not sure what kind of moss this is, but you are very unfamiliar with it. You have never seen this before,
Okay.
and you know that for a fact.
Bring me a sample.
He hasn't.
You're
said
coming down
anything.
with us.
Wait, I am?
Donna starts climbing down.
Okay, well,
After
Denock was going down first.
Mm-hmm.
So Denock, you do not need to make any kind of check. You have a
Thank
rope. And as you get kind of towards the bottom, and you would see the same thing that Cardin sees.
Does it look in any way, shape, or form familiar?
Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Or I could just ritual cast identify.
You're going to stay in the bottom of this hole for 10 minutes and ritual cast identify? Blink.
I mean, I don't have it prepared, so I'd have to.
Okay. Okay. No, I mean that's fine. I just have to know.
Well, then, yeah, I'll start with nature, and then if I don't know it, I'll ritual cast identify.
Okay.
I
Okay. You start casting identify.
look, I blink, and I just like, okay, I'm gonna need this.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. So we have. Hold on. I wanna. This is
Oh,
Oh no.
I fixed it. I fixed it.
Mhm.
Okay. So we have Cardin down there and Denock down there, and Valinar was going down next.
Yep.
so is it literally just this circle, or is there more?
Nope, it's just a circle. At least as far as
Oh.
you can tell.
I thought there was more, which is why I was saying more people were coming down.
I mean, technically you could fit Katya down there yet, too, but as Valinar comes down, Valinar, you see a wall that is not gray or hairy, but instead green and mossy, and you see Denock drawing in the mud and blood at the bottom. You ritual casting identify, you know the spell by this point.
Yep.
I don't suppose I could take a
I'm
look
just gonna
at
look
it.
among the bones for anything interesting.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check there, Denock. No, Valinar. Katya, you're gonna go descend as well, is that what I heard?
Yes.
11.
Okay. You descend. You do not need to make a check. 11. I mean, there's some pretty big bones down here.
Let me see if I can identify this moss. I
Okay.
have a little more experience.
You do. Are you proficient in nature?
I am not.
Okay. You are for the purposes of this check due to your herbalism kit.
Okay.
That's nice.
So just add a plus
4.
4.
I think that's what your guys' proficiency bonus is at this level.
Yep. 17.
17. That's way better than literally everyone else.
I mean, in this situation, it's his specialty, so.
Exactly. This moss does not exist naturally. This is something that has been cultivated or engineered or magically produced. You're not sure which of those, to specifically grow in specific conditions. Excuse me, I was burping. You're unsure of the purpose of this material, but there's definitely some kind of significance to it being grown here, and you're not 100% sure what it could be used for. But it is potentially valuable.
Interesting.
So while I'm getting the ritual set up, Katya, please don't step there. That's... Oh, you just knocked over the candle. Give me a second. Yeah.
The entire wall of moss goes up in flame. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
I'm going to call up to my shadow to come down and try and fit in between rocks and in between the stones to see if there's any hidden passages.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's covering up some passageway.
He's going to use his shadow thing.
Right. Does he have... What's higher for him? Investigation or perception? Probably perception.
Yeah, he's literally got a +9 to it.
So I'm gonna have
From a
him.
skill.
I am going to have him roll a perception check at advantage due to that.
Oh, then he gets to do it again. That's better.
21.
Nice.
21.
There are some cracks in like the in the general exterior of the pit itself, but there does not seem to be any additional secret passageways or anything like that in this area.
Okay, when he comes back out, basically all we see is like a shadow head pop out between cracks and just kind of go, looks left, looks right, looks left, looks right.
Pretty much.
Shaking its head no. And I'm gonna be like, okay, go back up there.
Well, based on what I'm seeing here, this is not a natural moss. Whoever put it here did it with purpose. There's a reason why it's at the bottom of this pit. I don't know why.
So, identify is going to be useful. Good thing I didn't start setting this up for nothing.
Potentially. But because it is not a natural moss, it could have some significant value. We might be able to use it in the ritual.
Well, if it has...
Considered a herb.
I mean, a herb
this-
is a plant.
Yes, but herbs are specific things.
Types, yeah.
I mean,
You can't just cut
identify
down a
the
tree
colors.
and say...
This-
Can't just cut
This is
down a
herb.
tree and say, bless.
Mhm.
I mean, you can. It'll just be. You'll just look really stupid.
I mean, if I can use it in crafting a potion, I consider it an herb. Though,
I mean, how
if-
do you know
if-
it's not poisonous?
true, that's what science is for.
And that's
If-
what I'm doing this for.
If we had thought about it sooner, we could have just picked up a whole bunch of herbs back at On's Grove. There was
Yeah,
a
well, we didn't
ridiculous
know we
amount.
needed
Yeah.
it.
Well, past is in the past. We live in the present.
Presently, we're in a hole, literally and
Down
figuratively.
in a hole.
Shut up, Carden.
Asa could literally just shoot you guys like fish in a barrel right now.
And we wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
Seriously,
Asa decides to turn
cut-
against the party and
cuts
kill us
the-
all off.
cuts the rope, pops a few shots down there at you guys, takes a step back, gaining total
And takes
cover.
double.
Oh,
I mean, I'm just
It'd
saying,
be fun.
it would be fun. Anyway,
Yeah, but then you'd have to. Does 20 and 21 meet your AC?
that does for sure. But anyway,
Oh, shut up! You could bring them all back to life anyway.
No,
As-
we couldn't.
I'll
as
kill everyone but you, then you can bring them all back to life.
thanks.
or unlife.
Oh, now he's thinking about it.
Hmm.
I'm not sure I like this.
So, as Identify goes off, this is a heavily genetically modified moss that has a very special property, both kind of magical and specific in terms of genetics. The moss here is genetically.
What's that?
It is made to potentially replace any kind of herb or plant-based spell component of equal
Oh.
value. Mm-hmm.
Literally, this is made to replace any herbing.
It
Wow.
can be
How
used.
very convenient.
This was there before you guys went down the hole.
Yeah, but still, how very convenient.
What, buddy?
Just
They
the thing we're looking for.
That they've been using that hole as a cultivating pit for years.
Maybe that's what the bones are down there for.
Pretty much.
Fertilizer.
Exactly. The real question is, where's the rest of it? Or the product of it. I will say, I will not give you. Identify would not give you a specific gold amount, but you would know of in terms of what it's valued at. But you would know that the moss would be used in a 1-to-1 ratio, basically, for any product attempting to be used or made from it. So, for example, this stuff could work as spell components. It could work as herbal ingredients for potions or medicines or anything like that.
I say we take it all.
Does Identify say how to harvest it?
We can take as much as possible.
I would say no.
Scrape it off the wall.
I would say no. It is a moss, so moss tends to be relatively easy to harvest and also relatively easy to grind up, and that's part of the reason why moss was the plant of choice.
So I'm going to be pulling out bits of the root and as much original sample as I can, because this could be interesting, not just for Katya, but for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we should use some of it as spell components for the ritual. Perhaps use the rest of most of it afterward, if there's any left over, for creating potions, and then somebody's doing some math. And then perhaps,
A lot of heat.
yeah, And then perhaps if there's, we should keep some for sample for maybe we can reproduce the product and grow more.
I pull out 2 of the flasks that you had given me at one point from potions, and I start putting moss in them.
I'll help.
Okay. I will say, go ahead.
Gotta do it right.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I'll take however much moss I need for the 250 I have left.
Okay. So, for the purposes of this, I'm going to have, everybody except for Asta, because they are in the hole, or they are not in the hole, make a nature check for me for harvesting to see how much of it you can acquire. Katya, you would still have that +4 due to your herbalism kit.
All right.
You're all in the hole, you all have to make
Oh
a nature
Lord!
check.
4. I'm gonna use one of those hero points.
Okay.
Make that
I'm gonna
14.
Oh, never
All right, you all done?
mind. I'm gonna attempt to throw a guidance onto mine real quick for a D4.
Sure.
Not that I think it'll help. Oh, hey!
Oh!
8.
I believe. I think I'm missing Denox.
I know. I was waiting for everyone else
no,
once we
no.
started getting those 4s.
Okay. You're good.
He has to be the king of drama.
Okay. Holy shit, am I still correct for Denoc?
Yes, you are.
God dang, yeah.
Jordan got the highest roll. What?
Actually, after bonuses, I got a higher one than you, barely.
Mm-hmm.
By 1.
Yep.
Other than there was one thing he did, the acid arrow earlier, was a 13, which that's the only exception to that. But
Well, I mean, attacking is different for me for some reason.
yeah, we were talking mainly checks anyway, so
Mhm.
I am still technically correct. Holy shit!
You're just sitting there like, no.
2 hours later, and I'm still telling the truth. Okay. Okay. So you guys spend some time, and eventually you do harvest all of the available moss. Valinar.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta think. What would be a way of trying to compose a means of figuring out how much you might need?
What he does is takes the stuff that he knows the value of, starts the ritual, and then throws in moss until the ritual is complete.
I don't think it works that way.
By the way, I'm just going to
24
call
hours
this,
to cast. But, no, sorry.
I'm going to call this moss of replacement.
Okay, works for me.
Moss of replacement. Okay,
Look,
I like it.
I do
It's-
too. Better than what I
it's
had.
nice and on the nose.
Did you
Replicant
just
moss.
have magic moss as your?
Replicant moss.
Okay,
That's what I call
so-
it.
Actually, that could also work.
Just let me have one vial of that for safekeeping.
Okay, you have 1 vial of whatever you want to call it.
Sweet.
Katya, I
I'm
think you have
calling it-
enough vials.
I have quite a few of them, actually.
Yeah,
I
I would.
buys
I-
vials
I-
everywhere we go.
I would
technically
say-
only have 1 vial that has anything in it.
I'm gonna just start calling you the mad scientist.
That was double voice.
What? Oh, I think, yeah, Kayla's microphone is on as well as my headset.
Neat.
I'm just echoing.
I would say, at this point in time, you guys don't have an apt way of figuring out how much of that moss is needed for the ritual.
So I said, just keep throwing it in until the ritual is complete.
The best way of doing it would be to throw all of it in and then hope that the spell doesn't consume all of it. That'd be the best way of doing it, but you don't know either.
Did we look in the sarcophagi that the mummies came out of?
I believe you guys have at this point.
You mean upstairs? Question mark?
Yes.
I don't think we looked in any of those. I think we were hurrying.
Yeah, we rushed. We didn't look.
We should go up there and take another look around.
Well, first off, everybody's got to climb out of the hole.
That's gonna be the hard part.
Yeah. So, everybody, all four of y'all, make athletic checks with advantage. Because you have a rope.
Nice.
9. Cool.
I'm gonna just guidance real quick.
Hey!
10? Okay,
Hey, now you
Valnar,
got 10.
10. Natural 20
Natural
for
20.
for Katya for 19.
Before carding goes up, I'm gonna try.
Okay, do you not?
So
Okay.
he can catch me if I fall, because...
That's why he's going last.
The hell?
16.
Double clicked on accident.
Oh, it did. 11.
So 11.
Okay, good to know.
You're
and-
still on par.
And then Cardin.
Add
No! Wait.
27.
This is actually different. Considering 11, he said under 10 or 15. I broke the streak!
Ah!
Technically speaking, also you didn't need to do that, but
Also-
okay.
Oops,
Arcana?
I didn't mean to. That,
So the
My-
She's checking the rope to make sure the light's still working.
yeah.
Listen, my
So-
screen's tiny and I'm blind.
No, he's blind.
So
We both are. Read the name.
yep. So well, his is technically like Mandalorian or something like that. Anyway, so the DC was
Do you want me to
10.
roll or not?
No,
Ah, sweet.
this DC was 10. So all of
Yeah.
you managed to climb out with no issues. Balnar was a little touch and go for the beginning, but he managed to get out.
Do you
Made it.
not need to roll?
He barely made it out.
No, you're good, Asta.
Okay.
So, as you guys
The other
climb
two
out.
just die in the hole.
So like,
Nope,
all the
every-
rest of them are just struggling, and Garden is just like.
Cardin,
morphine.
you jump halfway up the rope and then just climb
You
quickly
just-
up the rest of it.
You just swim up the rope.
Pretty much.
It never
You just
touched
go,
the rope.
Yoink!
So, now that that is complete, what would you monkeys like to do?
I think I'd like to go outside and sleep. I haven't
I thought we were-
been getting
Yeah.
good sleep these past few days.
I thought we were going to check the sarcophagi upstairs.
I mean, yeah, that, but I'm exhausted at this point. Oh shit!
Hmm.
I keep forgetting I have level 2 exhaustion.
Oh.
Uh-oh, that changes
Ooh.
things.
Yeah.
We'll take that into effect now.
Yeah, we're not...
Because
Okay, can we say that my shadow helped me negating the
Sure.
disadvantages?
We'll say that you do okay for right now. I honestly completely forgot about the level of exhaustion that you had. So,
So did I, until I looked over. I'm like, wait, exhaustion. Oh,
You're, okay. Well then.
You and your shadow are like
have
Peter
level
Pan.
1. Shoot.
Peter Pan.
So real quick, who has levels of exhaustion? It's Dinock
I have
and
1 level.
I think I'm the only one who doesn't.
Mr. DM, sir.
Yeah.
I was not. I didn't have my headset yet at the beginning, so do I have a birthday crit at some point?
Yes.
Sweetness.
Do you have a level of exhaustion, Asta?
One moment.
I remember she was looking for the exhaustion thing last time, so
Yeah, I found my own place to put it. I do have one level.
Okay. So, yes, you are correct. You are the only person that does not have one at the moment is Katya. Good to... Oh, and Cardin. I don't think Cardin's failed yet.
No.
It's a con
It's
save.
a con save, right?
Yeah, if it's a con save. If Cardin fails, y'all in trouble.
I don't know about that. My con's pretty high.
If I don't get the lowest I can get, if it's not a nat 1, so add a 2 for a con, the lowest I could get on a con save is a 10.
Mine's a 9. So not terribly far away.
No. So with all of that, then is that the right one? You guys are gonna go back upstairs and
Look through the sarcophagi the mummy we're in.
okay. So to save some time, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30. 30 sarcophagi.
Woo!
And each
That's a lot.
and each one of them would have 2 copper pieces in them.
Ooh,
Like
fantastic.
That'd be
uh,
fantastic in my
So
game.
60 copper
Yeah.
pieces.
Huh?
For those who don't know, Cardin's running a game, Blind's running a game, where money is inverted.
Oh,
So platinum is the lowest coin,
That sounds like fun.
and copper's the highest.
Okay. Okay, there we are. Which means you guys are on. You guys have had how many long rests within the temple? 2, correct?
too
That
long.
sounds
I
about
believe
right.
so. Yeah. One of them because
One of those.
me,
Yeah.
and then the second one we had just before fighting the giants.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are wanting to.
Now, question:
Mhm.
What time of day is it?
You don't know.
A
Well,
quarter
actually,
after 3.
you would.
Yeah, no, because Team
Yeah,
9
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah. Sorry, it's been a minute. Let's see, because you guys went in at night, fought, slept, went through for a little while, slept, fought. Shorter fight.
Fought.
It's you would have an estimated idea that it's probably like noon-ish. So somewhere around noon is probably your best guess.
Mm-hmm. So, did anyone find anything that looks like it would be an artifact or anything like that?
No.
Not really.
No. But I wouldn't know.
Actually, you
Valnar.
might know more. Considering you would feel On's energy from it, right? Would you be
Yeah,
able to
I
feel
would,
energy?
I would feel his energy from it, but the connection is still in the beginning stages.
Is it a sickness?
I would be down with it.
Damn it. I walked into that.
Dick.
Whatever happened to that mortar and pestle that was used at the very beginning?
It's in my bag.
Okay.
Could we use the magic mortar and pestle that... What were its exact effects?
Basically, it's unbreaking.
Okay. I thought it gave a plus to something. I didn't remember.
It might give a +1. I'd have to look through my notes. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, considering I was asking Rona, considering he's the one who it's
Gotcha.
for.
Well, I mean, like Somebody.
He's got his notes.
And there's a reason why I tell everyone to write it down.
Sorry, forget. Do.
Well, it was his, and I'm just holding it.
I understand.
It is unbreaking. The tools will never break. Make it easier to use them for whatever purpose they may serve.
Yeah, so it would be a +1.
Okay.
Could we use these to make the moss a little bit better?
I mean, we can grind the moss down into a finer powder. I'm not sure how that's going to really affect the ritual any, other than make it a little bit easier to transport.
It's just a thought.
Well, I mean, if we're going to take a long rest anyway, I could take some of that time to grind it all down into smaller portions. Get some practice with that mortar and pestle.
How would it work?
So, head out of the temple, do that, let Valinar start casting Hollow.
Well, I need to rest first because I don't have it prepared.
Oh, wow. So you had to rest to prepare it, and then you said it takes 24 hours to cast?
Yep.
We're going to be here a while.
Yep.
Hey, the boon will almost be ready. The boon of knowledge.
Oh, that thing.
Hey, we could ask him where that necromancer went.
That's what I was thinking.
I can just imagine Rip like, wait, what?
The
Oh.
Romancer.
I just went, hey.
Yeah.
And yes, obligatory poke fun at Asta for necromancer.
The necromancer.
You know what?
There it is.
One time,
And we will
To be
never
fair,
let
I
you
did
forget it.
start it.
and it's
So-
not Monica. Damn it!
I was about to say I poked
There
fun
it
at
is.
Monica, but you know.
As our mutual friend said, consensual bullying.
Yes.
Where's that document? There it is. So, what's the plan, guys?
Yeah, we're gonna go outside the temple, rest up, long rest, whatever it takes for it to be able to.
Okay.
Ready up. I'll be making his spell components a little bit easier to utilize. Whoa.
Question: right outside, is it easier or do we feel better? Like no more.
Not really.
I mean, I imagine it won't be the air won't be as thick.
It's
out here
you
as it is
definitely feel
down there.
better than you did deep inside the temple, but still not the greatest.
So, if we rested out here, would it give me an exhaustion?
You're
I don't know.
not sure.
Well, considering I did that thing the previous time, pulling in that energy to shield myself from influence, I think I'm good, right? Is that how we worded it?
Potentially.
No, it gave you a lesser effect on the severity of the exhaustion level.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look, and here's a fire. I already had one there. Perfect.
Huh.
So, I will say, if you attempt to, I will say, as we kind of go into the process of taking a long rest, still technically within the range of the corruption, as you guys attempt to take a long rest. I am going to ask for Constitution saving throws. Now, Denoch, assuming you attempt to ward off as much as that corruption as you can while you are conscious, what I will do
Well, damn.
is I will give you. I'm gonna cast Private Sanctum.
Yeah, see if that helps.
Okay, let me
That's
take
a low roll
look.
for me.
Let me take a look at the description of the spell real quick.
Also,
My roll's
Could I-
fine.
could I use my shadow kind of as a pillow for my to make it a little bit more comfy?
Shadows are incorporeal.
Yeah, but he's made with my magic. So he would technically have a slight magic shell.
He's your imaginary friend.
Wow.
Would he go to Foster's then?
Yes. He's
Okay.
like the cheese guy.
Okay, so
cheese.
here's what I'm gonna say.
I like cereal.
With the casting of Private Sanctum, I'm gonna give everybody an additional +1 to their save.
Sweet.
Okay.
Denoch, with
I'll
you,
take that.
Denoch, with you using the the magic, and yeah, I'll say you can kind of flavor so that your shadow becomes a little bit, makes the area a little bit more comfortable for you. With all of that kind of combined, I'm going to give you an additional. It's all of that. You know what? Before that, make an Arcana check, Denoch, and this will determine your bonus.
God, I'm gonna need it.
Okay. So you get a +1 for your Private Sanctum, so that's a 9, and I'm going to give you an additional +3 for the use of
thank
your
you.
magic. But I want to remind everybody that it is getting harder and harder every time you sleep in this area. So,
What's the DC?
let's see. Do we have everybody? We need Asta to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Asta.
Very well.
You know what? I don't like that 11. I'm going to add another point. 15.
Nope, not that. Let's try that again.
Oh,
Oh dear lord.
Oh.
Oh
don't know
no! Asa
Can we
dies.
go with,
I'm gonna.
can we go with
I'm gonna.
the dexterity number instead?
Nope. I'm gonna roll severity. Okay. It's somewhat high, so you just fail.
Okay.
So, let's see.
we should have left the zone before we rested.
You should have what?
Left the zone before we rested.
It's like a day's travel, though.
Look, I'm at
I know.
2. I'm gonna be pushing
Yeah.
3.
It would take even longer than a day with Denoch moving at slower speed.
Yeah.
What's the green orb?
The campfire.
The fire.
You know, we use some magic dust to make it green.
Where?
For what purpose?
To look cool. That's what purpose.
Okay, fine.
That's
To
why
make
I
our
went
deaths
along with
look
the good thing.
pretty,
Hey, hey.
Fair.
or at least Denoch's death, because he's.
There it is.
You're not allowed to die, then the rest of us can't come back to life.
Echo.
You mean
see,
undeath?
the thing is with Denoch, or like with exhaustion is 5, I believe, to die. Correct?
No, 6.
6.
Oh, thank God! I thought it was 3.
No,
At
that's
3, you have disadvantage on. At 3, you would have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. At 4, your maximum hit points is halved, and at 5, your speed is reduced to 0. And at 6, you die.
Cool.
Not that far gone quite yet.
So we have a natural 20 for a 29 with the +1 from Cardin. We have a 13 from Valinar. I'm adding the +1s to all of these guys. Katya with a 16, and Denock with we did the math, or I already did the math earlier. You're like at a 14, 13, something like that, and Asta with a natural 1 for a total of 5.
Mine is just a sad face.
It is. So, Cardin, you do not take a point of exhaustion. Everyone else takes 1 point of exhaustion.
Damn.
I would hope that I didn't take a point out of that 20.
Whoop.
What was the DC?
The DC has gone up by an additional from the last time that you guys had it, has gone up another. Hold on, I want to find my notes so I can give you the actual number.
A lot.
The DC went up by the DC went up by 4. And it goes up for every time you guys have a long rest, and it had started at a DC of 15. So tonight's DC was a 23.
Ooh.
So
That's
you guys,
painful.
you guys wake up not feeling very well rested, but you do get a long rest. None
I
of
look like
your
the zombies I raised.
I got a great night of sleep, guys. What about you guys?
you
I
guys
need my coffee.
You
Very poorly throws a rocket Cardin.
Cardin just sees a magical hand appear in front of him, flipping him off.
I can't wait for you to pick up Bigsby's hand so that you can just start punching people instead of just letting the flip off.
I've got other spells I need.
I know,
Well,
but
I
it's
just glared.
a 5th level funny.
Cardin's gonna try and grab the finger and bend it back.
I mean, it's magic.
Yeah, it's incorporeal.
So those of you who are, I'll go through the list again. Those of you who are at level 2 exhaustion, so this would be Asta, and Valinar. You have disadvantage on ability checks, and your speed is halved.
Oh, come on.
Katya, as a level 1, you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Yep.
Denock, you have both the disadvantage on ability checks, speed is halved, and disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
I'm just gonna pull up exhaustion on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
That's easy enough. You guys wake up not feeling terribly well, but Valinar, you have prepared your spell. You have prepared your spell, and you are going to attempt to cast the Hollow spell. So, Valinar, for the next
Do we
20...
have to be inside the temple?
It's just the grounds itself. So he's actually probably going to be casting it around the outside of the temple. Okay. At least he could if he chose to. It definitely does feel better outside, but it's still miserable due to the corruption within the area.
It's just one more day.
Mm-hmm.
One more day. We can do this.
So, Valinar, you spent 24 hours casting a spell.
Yes.
And
I don't know why that's a charisma save, but apparently it's a charisma save.
I will roll a charisma save for the ground. Natural 1.
It makes it easier.
You cast a hollow.
How's time by half?
And Rip, just so it's out there, and you know, since I infused a secondary effect into it, I was gonna infuse it with energy protection, so that creatures in the area have resistance to necrotic damage.
Okay, understood.
That's actually really smart.
It is. I was gonna roll. I'm gonna roll for how much of the. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have Valinar do it because you're the one casting the spell. Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave this evil in your hands. Can you roll a percentile dice for me?
Oh, okay.
Oh no, you're about to explode.
Question before he does that.
Become Katya.
Too late.
16.
What were you gonna say, Denock?
I was gonna say, with how much he spends time around me, could he use my, knowledge on my magic and assistance from me to know exactly how to resist necrotic energies?
I would say that would be part of his influence on giving the grounds here the protection from necrotic energies. The D100 roll is to determine the amount of the moss that is consumed in this process.
Oh wow, that's not a lot.
Well, you say that, but I had already decided that whatever you roll will be the amount that remains.
Oh.
So 16% of the moss that you had consumed, that you had acquired, is what remains after the spell will be completed.
How much is that
at least
approximately?
at least we have the 2 vials of it.
So I believe you needed 250 gold pieces of stuff in order to complete the material components that you needed, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, mathematically speaking, that was a 10-foot high, roughly 20-foot round, I think, circle. Things get weird in that, so that's 10, 20, so 40 10-foot panels. I'm gonna say, just basically because of fuck it math, I'm going to say that the 16% of the moss that is remaining, and that does include some of that is in your guys' vials, that equivalent of moss in terms of gold pieces at this point, because now you guys would be able to deduce what that is. I'm gonna say that 16% roughly is, I'm just gonna say 30 gold pieces of value. That is.
So how much would the flasks be worth?
Well, vials aren't very big, so
I would say no more than 5
Couple
gold
silver
pieces.
pieces?
I would say
Oh.
no more than 5 gold pieces is what I would say.
Okay.
Because your flask is probably like 2% of the 16, roughly. And again, I'm guesstimating here. So, Valnard, that's what you're doing for 24 hours.
Yep.
What are the rest of you guys doing for 24 hours?
sitting and dying of boredom. Actually,
It is going to try and be like
wasn't there something I could be doing?
strengthening his connection with Rock.
Okay, you're playing with Rock. Understood.
Who's also playing with Squirrel?
Yes. Also, rations. Make sure you document them.
Yep.
Oh yeah, rations.
So is there anything you guys want to do, or are we going to fast forward 24 hours?
I was going to look at something.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. Let's take a 9-minute bathroom break, or halftime, and you guys can think about what you guys want to do for these 24 hours, and then when we come back, shooting to be back by the 30 mark, roughly, you guys can tell me what you want to do. How does that sound to everyone?
9
Terrible.
minutes precisely, huh?
What? Well, now it's
Okay.
8, but, you know. Do you guys like that idea, or do you want to just keep going?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm good with that.
Sounds good to me.
Ready break.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Alright, guys. Potty break. Get up, drink your legs, stretch your water. We'll be back in a few.
To it.
Yeah! We're back. So,
Did you
We
miss
big
us?
booty.
we honestly, probably
Feedback, bitches.
probably the fastest bathroom we've ever had on stream, or on this particular stream.
The fastest bathroom, huh?
Just the bathroom, not the people.
Just the bathroom. That's the only thing that was faster.
I
Every other time the bathroom is lagging.
For me,
I don't want to know what that's like.
Speaking
Oh
of
god.
lag,
Oh god.
Discord last night was an absolute bitch.
Oh my god, that was
no,
awful.
A
What
laggy
was your
bathroom. Ugh.
worst ping? Like, I know we saw
Um,
the 5,000.
I don't know. 5,000 on Discord's pretty bad.
5,000?
gosh.
My internet is so good right now that Discord won't give me a ping.
Well, like right now, my Discord ping is 12.
Yours is better than mine. I'm 36.
Mine, I hover over that and I don't get a number, guys.
You are 0.
But I'm also hardwired in. Actually, that's really slow for being my hardwired in at the moment. Anyway, because I'm trying a new setup. Anyway, we're back
Here's
to
the
D&D.
thing. I'm also
We're-
hardwired.
Yeah, but I haven't been
I am
for
not
most of our
hardwired.
stream. We're back to D&D. Let's do it.
DNT.
We are a technology stream.
So
Okay. Here's the thing.
everybody
I want to
except
ask a question.
yes.
Can I make it so that I block energy other than a Ons, because he's the one we're doing this for, so it's his temple, so it's his energy that is infusing it, but also be Geisma, correct? Bert?
Guys, well, yeah.
Yeah, Geisma, who Valinar is casting through, basically. Block everything except for their energies.
Are you wanting it to become a permanent effect?
No, just to make it easier for Valinar, just to make it
Oh, yeah.
a little bit nicer to deal with.
I'll say yeah. For the sake of what you're wanting it to do, yes, I will allow that.
Okay.
Woo.
It's a little bit easier for you.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for easy.
Yeah. So,
Look, a 24-hour spell, I'm going to do what I can to make it better for you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's another question that I have for everybody else. Before you guys tell me what you're going to do. Is everybody going to stay up with Valinar for that 24-hour period, or are you guys just going to let Valinar do his own thing for 24 hours?
We're gonna let Valinar do Valinar things.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to stay up a solid 24 hours.
Well,
I still think we should set like a watch rotation, but
Okay.
Yeah.
a watch rotation as well as whoever's available, do whatever Valinar needs done. You know, bring him a drink, food.
There would be 4 of
'Cause
you
I don't
guys
know-
remaining, so you guys could do two watches where 2 of you were awake during that time.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what this casting it entails. Like, is he
Mhm.
devoting all his energy to it? Is he...
He would have to be he would definitely be giving pretty much his entire attention to the casting of the spell.
He's fasting for the time.
Pretty much. So that's what he's got to do for the 24 hours. You guys have the ability to choose what you want to do during that time, what you want to do for the sleeping schedule and watches and stuff like that. So this is all things that you guys get to choose that you do. So
Well,
now the next step is to tell me what it is you want to do.
well, assuming Dinok's not too busy, I would like to see if I can collaborate with him and present some ideas for some spells that I've had on my mind. Creating new spells, like he did with Cure Unwounds.
That's going to be interesting, considering I would have to be the one to make it and then teach it to you.
Maybe, maybe not.
Mm-hmm. And again, not 100% necessarily, but we will see what happens as time goes along. So for all of this, I guess my question is Dinoc, what do you plan on doing for these 24 hours?
Well, other than you know what, my shadow can be the one to stay with Valinar and just be his gopher for anything he needs for the time. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I don't have anything else.
All right. So, why don't you guys go ahead and have that scene, and it'll give the other two a moment to think about what they want to do.
So you said you had some ideas.
Yes. Like a couple of them. One of them I was inspired when I was being surrounded by skeletons. Actually, um, you know what? Now that I think about it, during the same battle with the necromancer, the first one, first idea I had was imagine if you could protect yourself from outside forces using a barrier of wind that if an enemy reaches through or gets too close, they take damage and are pushed away. As a sort of means to keep enemies off of me while I do other things. That was one. That was one thought I had. The other
So
one.
replacing the shield spell, but with wind and repulsion and damage.
Somewhat, yes. The other idea I had, I saw you doing counterspell a lot against the necromancer, and she was doing counterspell, and it was a lot of counterspell. But I had this thought: what if instead of just negating the spell entirely, you could take it over and cast it yourself? Like, steal the words right out of their mouth and use their spell instead of them.
The second one I'm not exactly sure on. It would require me to. Well, it would require magic stronger than theirs on basis to overwrite what they're using.
I mean, at this point, we are probably some of the strongest magic users in all of Mundus.
Well, considering that Necromancer did beat me once in a spell.
Yes, she clearly had some powerful magic. Maybe even more powerful than ours.
And we don't know how strong upper level demons are.
Yeah, we're probably some of the strongest in Mundus, but there are other planes of existence. But I just think it'd be neat that, you know, if you can look at somebody and say and cancel their spell, why can't you just pretty much take it over and use it yourself?
Well, counterspell involves wiggling their magic, basically. I suppose. You make it so that
wiggling their magic.
It's the best way I can describe it that would make sense to a field caster. Is what I'm going to call you.
That makes sense.
Do we just hear Valinar laugh from in the middle of his ritual?
Probably. He does have a pretty high passive perception.
And we are kind of like right next to
him. It's like if you're trying to write with a steady hand and you bump their elbow. my magic just bumps the spell's elbow.
Funny
If
enough, that
they
makes
have-
sense. So
if
does that mean
they-
does that
if
mean
they
that
have
counterspell is technically a psychic spell?
It's more along the lines of my magic is doing the bumping to their magic. It's
Hmm.
magic versus magic. It's just kind of a thing.
Things get kind of wonky when it's magic versus magic.
Yeah, technically, it's considered an abjuration spell. I know that's not going to make any sense to you,
No.
but that's just what it's considered in magic words.
Does that mean that it overwrites reality?
Dunuk, you would also know of another abjuration spell that's somewhat similar to what he's talking about, but not exactly. Absorb Elements is the name of that spell, and basically, using a reaction, they absorb part of the spell's energy to be used later. Well, almost
But I don't know
immediately
the
later.
spell, so I don't know all of the details of it.
I mean, you would have general knowledge of it because it's like a level 1 spell, so that's accessible in just about every individual spell list outside of Cleric.
Clerics are special.
Oh,
I
let
mean,
me
very
pull that.
special.
Let me pull that up so I can see what I'm. Just to see how I would say it.
Yeah, for sure.
Absorb element.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Yeah, just
Oh, but you store it and use it in melee attacks. Ah,
I didn't say it was going to be very useful for you. I just said it's
nah.
there.
that's
It's
what.
there.
They have Cardin somehow got his hand on that spell.
Oh my god.
It is
Asa could use it.
it is the closest spell that you would know about to what he's talking about. So you would have at least something to ground your theories on.
Okay, so what were we originally talking about there before?
Stealing a spell that is in the process of being cast and using it as your own.
I know, but we were talking about abjuration, right?
Yes. You were so lost in
Abjuration
thought.
is
You were so lost in thought, you actually forgot about what we were talking about.
yes.
I see. I piqued your interest.
I just thought of another spell that, while it's nowhere near what we want, it's a good starting ground. The spell basically takes elemental spells, like, let's say a firebolt.
Hmm.
I believe it's AoE, so it'd be closer to Fireball. Although, no, it'd be either or. Never mind.
No, it
Continue.
says some of the incoming energy. Doesn't say.
Yeah, nope, ignore me. Continue as you were before you were.
It takes. Say a firebolt was coming at you with a spell. I think it's absorb elements. You can
That almost makes sense.
store some of that element in you for a hit. Although, unfortunately, as of right now, I don't believe it can be used for magic itself. It has to be you hit them with a weapon.
Oh man. What if you could modify that so that you absorb some of the energy, and as long as you cast a spell using that same energy, you can stack it on for more damage, more power. You know, kind of like turn it around.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can make it fully stop all attacks. but it would at least take some of the hit off and turn it against the enemy. Like I said, it's a starting ground. I can finagle something.
Finagle.
So
That
while
is
you
such a
guys
funny word.
continue to talk about this, not to cut you guys off, but just because of timing and stuff, what is Cardin and Asta doing for these 24 hours?
Cardin's mostly keeping watch and playing with his pet rock.
Okay. Asta, is there anything you would like to do during these 24 hours then?
He's probably going to work out a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Asta?
Alalasta.
She's here.
I'm here.
Okay.
I would like to explore a little bit, but not go too far away from the party.
Okay. That's pretty easy. Is there anything specific that you were going to be looking for? Or are you just kind of wanting to get an idea of what is around you?
Just kind of wanting to get an idea of what's around me. Still, I'm curious about the weird vibe that's been going on ever since we arrived.
Yeah. So, as stated and as you know, Asta does anyway. The entire the temple itself, this first temple of On is a source of a huge infestation of necrotic energy, to the point that there's like this corruptive necrotic energy that kind of plagues the land around it, and that area expands massively around the area. And in fact, you guys know that the area that it extends to actually goes all the way up to the border of On's domain. And that On's domain is pretty much the only thing that keeps this corruption from expanding further past his domain. And everything within this area of corruption is like has either been like destroyed by the necromantic energies, or has been brought to the point of being basically dead without fully killing it. Most of the trees in this area are broken.
Undead trees?
No, I did not say that. I said the trees here are mostly broken and laying over, and most of them, even the ones that are standing up, look like with just even a spark could go up in flames. All the vegetation here is pretty much dried and ruined in the most general sense of the capacity, and that the rest of the forest itself is eerily quiet, as there seems to be practically no animal life or activity in the area aside from Rock and the squirrel that Denock has control over.
Squirrel.
Question. On the Plafai map, where was On? Near the O?
Oh?
Grab me 1 second to grab the map so I can take a look at it.
I feel like it was somewhere on Overgrowth, and I think it was like near the O.
Nope, that's not the right one. That's
Artwork.
for some reason it's under artwork. Okay, well I got it pinned over here. So it's pretty much like just a little bit further south, almost directly underneath the G on Growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where is the temple?
The temple is about so that point just a little below the G, it would be the exact center of the of On's domain. Like that is where he lives, or where his embodiment is, and then his domain is about a half a day outside of that origin point, and then the temple is about another half a day from that.
What direction is what I'm asking?
West.
Hey.
So it would be closer to the pinnacle tips, I believe, is what I'm looking at here. So it's
Then east.
Yeah,
You said
sorry,
west.
I misspoke. It's away from the Doma Mountains, towards the pinnacle tips.
Okay.
It's about a day's travel from where On's manifestation lies.
So just a slight nudge to the mouse.
I would say it's probably close to halfway between that point and the pinnacle tips, roughly.
Oh.
Just because like the land sizes are large, but they're not. It's not impossibly large. Like it took you guys 2 days, I think, two and a half days, I think, to get from the Bone Guard Mountains to On's domain. And we're on.
Gotta remember, Ron the player's stupid, and you don't remember that.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm just pretty sure that's about how long it took you. So, it is
Okay. I was just wondering because
no, you're absolutely fine. To the extent of the corruption in terms of the area that it affects, you do not know, but you do know at least some of the affected area. But other than that, there's really nothing to look at in this area, Asta, unfortunately.
Very well.
There also doesn't even really seem to be any danger, not really anyway, considering there's no plant life.
We killed it all.
Well, there's no real plant life or animal life. Most things tend to just avoid this area. So.
Good. We're crazy.
So, if there's something else that you guys would like to do for the 24 hours that Valnar is casting the spell,
I would like to, instead of sleeping and going through another night of that, I want to try and take naps to make it a little bit less horrible.
Okay. So for the
kind of lessen its effect.
So for the sake of mechanics and how that would work, I would basically just give you advantage on the con save. But because you are currently at disadvantage on the con save, it would be a straight roll.
Okay, I'll take that.
So that's what I will do. Your private sanctum is up, so everybody does again get another +1. However, couple exceptions here before people start rolling. 1, Valinar, you automatically take a point of exhaustion because you were awake for 24 hours.
Yep.
Sorry. That's just how it is.
Valinar is halfway dead.
So, now, the other thing is that this is going to be your final save, but it is a very high DC. So, as you guys...
Again, I'm using my shadow as a pillow.
So as you guys
give me every single advantage.
I know. So you'll have a total of a +3, I believe. Something like that.
4.
4? Okay. So
I have 3 from con. And you said plus...
Well, I'm talking about from the shadow and the necromantic energies and stuff. I think you get a total of a +3 to whatever you roll. I think.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So, with that, as you guys take your shifts and watches, nothing unusual happens, and you guys help Valinar where you can and when you can. Go ahead and everybody make Constitution saving throws.
15.
14. Yeah. Nope.
12.
Wow, that's low for Cardin.
Yeah.
Asta?
Asta, con save, please.
What if I don't want to?
Too bad.
Then you die.
I don't want to do that either.
I mean, your other option is to not to sleep and you automatically take a level of exhaustion.
Oh, that's much better than last time.
She's okay. She got a nat 20.
Well, damn.
I'm fine with
Rude.
this. I got like a natural 1 last time, so no, I don't think that's rude.
Yeah, but now I have to approach the question of, does it succeed?
Why would it not?
Because
It is lower than the DC.
it is lower than
Because-
the DC.
yeah.
The DC for this save.
Rules as says written. Crit only really works on.
Rules as written,
Yeah.
crits only apply to damage. So,
Yeah.
but because I like to be a little bit loose and fast with the rules, I'm gonna say fuck it. So,
My favorite.
so we have the 16 from Denoc, the 13 from Carden, the 14 from Katia, the 24 technically from Asta, with the natural 20. Asta would be the only person who does not take a level of exhaustion.
Damn it.
Haha.
Actually, Denoc,
I
yours is
have level 4.
yeah.
It's
Denoc,
okay.
technically yours
We'll
was
be able to
higher,
get out of
so
this.
you fail.
for too
You
long.
you see Denoc's eyes start to sink in. His scales seem to lose any luster. And at this point, if you were to blink, you would think he's one of his risen dead.
So
Okay. Do I round up or down?
up.
I'm at 39.
Asta, you also would lose one of your levels of exhaustion as you were able to
Sleep well.
get a sound
Oh,
sleep.
sweet.
Damn. Lucky.
Mhm.
I'm a fan of this.
So, 24 hours have passed. You guys have slept. Most of you have slept. The question now,
Did it work?
excuse me, it does. And as Valnar completes the spell, you guys all pretty much immediately feel this kind of push of radiant energy as it passes from the area of effect of his spell and begins spreading outwards rapidly like a wave of wind leaving from its origin points, that is you guys.
Question. How does that affect me and my shadow?
It feels refreshing, in all honesty, given the fact that this touch of death has had such a massive grip on this area and has affected you guys so deeply, especially you, Denoc, who has seemed to have the hardest go of it.
Ironically.
Yeah, it is, but it's not about that. I'm looking if I have anything that would be.
It's less the necromantic energy and more the corrupting energy.
I don't have anything. And you guys can actually begin to see in the almost immediate vicinity around the area that the spell has taken place, plants beginning to return to life. The effects of the effects of the radiant energy and the necromantic energies being dispersed and the radiant energy being applied. The area around the temple very quickly begins to turn green once again. It's slow. It's much slower than even Denoc's walking speed, but it's there and visible.
Hey, I've got help with that, so it's only 20. It's only 25.
Something like that, yeah. Now I have one more question about resting, and the question is: does Valinar sleep after the 24 hours, or do you guys attempt to travel?
Denoc feels so much relief, he just falls over and falls asleep.
Valnar is probably just gonna collapse once he says, "Hey, I'm done."
Trying to remember if no, it doesn't give me details there. Okay. So, Valinar falls asleep. Deanoch falls asleep as he's still very much exhausted. What do the rest of you guys want to do?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, me neither.
Kari's just sort of chilling while they're sleeping.
The two people I would ordinarily talk to are passed out.
By the way, you see the shadow just all of a sudden look worried at Deanoch when he passes out. It's just like, oh no!
You know what? We've got some extra moss around that wasn't consumed by the spell and isn't in vials. I'll take this time to try and mix up another potion.
What type of potion are you looking for? Or in terms of like, what are you wanting to create?
Well, it depends on how much material I have.
So
I don't know
of
how
the-
much.
Of the moss, you have 30 gold pieces of value.
Okay.
And you have enough, and I know you have enough for one more attempt at creating a superior potion, because I said you had enough for 2 attempts, basically.
I will say
Right.
that of the 30, 10 of it is being stored in those vials.
Yes.
Okay.
So technically you have 20 accessible.
20 accessible. What can that create me then?
You tell me. What do you want to attempt to create with it?
Whew. I'll try to make a greater healing potion.
Okay, well, you would know that you would need a specific amount of gold value of material for potions and stuff like that. You do not believe...
I do not possess enough, yeah.
You do not believe that 20 would even get you a regular healing potion.
Right. I wonder what other kind of potions there are then.
I will save you a little bit of time. Using just the moss, you
Mhm.
probably don't have enough resources.
For anything, yeah.
For pretty much anything, correct.
Damn.
You could maybe make a regular healing potion if you used the 20 GP there and one of the vials. Maybe.
Yeah, no, never mind.
I'm looking in the surrounding area. Look for new bots.
What?
I heard look for new butts.
If
I
that's
heard-
what you heard.
I heard books.
I heard bugs.
Deanoch snored.
Okay.
I
Did you
mean,
get what he had said when he was snoring? Well,
it's not entirely. The place is still relatively safe. Can't imagine wildlife flocking back here that quickly. I might be able to go look around for some for some freshly sprouted herbs. Maybe add to my reserves.
Okay. I would say at this point in time, you would
I'm
not.
alone.
I would say at this point in time, you would not be able to find anything new. Things are growing, but again, it's not a very fast pace.
Dang.
Sorry. So, if you guys wish to spend 8 hours for the party to rest, those of them that need it, I will say for the sake of expediency, that
I'll
you
go
guys,
ahead and just rest then.
those of you who wish to take a long rest can take a long rest. And because there is no corruption active, all of you can remove 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah,
You guys
I get my
sleep
HP
for
back.
as you guys sleep for 8 hours. It is difficult for Cardin specifically after having just woke up, and Asta technically, because you guys only had one level of exhaustion. It's difficult for you guys to fall asleep, but eventually you guys do. And you guys sleep for the 8 hours. And
That was a nice
get a
nap.
rest. Everybody removes one level of exhaustion. And
Hey, the boon's ready.
Oh, good point.
do you want to ask the question that you had talked about earlier in the stream?
I almost feel like we can save that for next time.
Okay.
Considering it's now 12.
Mhm.
8:08.
Yes.
Don't say
So,
anything, Rona.
What?
Considering you're an hour behind us, don't say anything.
Fair.
so I'm gonna ask one of two things. Actually, if you want to save it for next week, then we will pick up. Sorry, not next week. If you want to save the question for next time, we will pick up from technically the next night. Because as you guys fall asleep and then wake up again, it will be basically late evening when you guys wake up. And you guys will... and we'll pick it up from right there next time. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and end there for the night, guys. Just to give you guys a little bit of a schedule plan, we will not be playing Mundus next week. We're going to skip next week like we normally do. So Mundus will be back on the 19th. We might do a one-shot on the 12th, but we'll see, and we'll keep you guys posted. Check my Twitter for that. For that information.
Sweet.
Yeah, because I'm being difficult and going on vacation that day.
How dare you?
I know, right? So, but outside of that, we're gonna go ahead and just wrap up here for the night. I know it's kind of quick for us, but it's late as well, so we're gonna just do it. So, thank you guys so much.
I woke up at 7 this morning. I'm tired.
Aw, poor
Aw,
baby.
me too.
I woke up at 6, so
Hey, I also only got 3 hours of sleep, so...
Okay, you
I
got
know
me.
that life.
As you guys leave here tonight, enjoy your weekend, love your neighbors, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye!
See you next time.